This is the final season of Uprooted. Season 3 will be the final season. This story will end, and then many of our characters will return, but it will be different. But this is going to be one hell of a final season, and I think you're going to like what comes next.
Let's see it!
Let's go! Holy shit, Marius, let's crack it open.
Last time,
Just kidding, I guess.
on Uprooted, you had decided to put on a play at Mukbed Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Except you decided to put Nestor as the safety inspector. And so many lives were lost. As the theater collapsed on itself.
That's right. But their legs flipped over.
That's
so
right,
it was actually
Mike.
quite comical.
I saw a mom and her son all cut in half, but their legs had flipped over and it was actually quite comical.
As the theater collapsed, so many lives were lost. As you all made a daring escape, as you know, the remnants of the Woodland Alliance ran and retreated south to the clearing known as Sticker Brush. But you had been wise enough to commission a catamaran boat. That's actually happened. As you made your voyage across the huge lake, you realized that there was a stowaway. It was Nestor himself, who had been the leader of the rebellion for a very brief time, and then was completely discarded. He was drunk and distraught after finding purpose and having it ripped away from him. And you resolved to maybe try to work together and figure something out. You decided to just dock right at Mukbed Creek, and some eerie guards came up. You made no attempts to hide Nestor, who was the leader of the rebellion. That's right. As soon as you were questioned, Booker tried to sneak up on a guard and failed to snap his neck.
That was my favorite. That's one of my favorite things that's ever happened.
And you were given a public defender, Jean-Claude Chanteclair, as you were surveilled by a bat stenographer, who was keeping track of everything.
Love that bat.
What you writing, you winged freak?
What are you writing? You winged freak. And then a rooster burst in who looked exactly like your lawyer, Jean-Claude. But it turned out that Jean-Claude was not Jean-Claude. It was actually his diabolical accounting twin brother, Jean-Luc.
Wait,
It was
what?
very confusing.
What? I didn't know that.
It was very confusing. And he chased him out, and it was very unclear if Jean-Claude had actually represented Blue Jay Simpson.
But I know that the Blue Jay Simpson thanked me quite handsomely for myself.
But he swore to get you off. He pledged no
did.
matter what.
That he did.
To get
did.
you off.
Scot free.
Yeah, his brother, Scott Free.
Scot free.
He managed to get all of you on bail. And you knew that this wouldn't stand. You knew that Nestor was in a very high security, like turbo prison, and was scheduled to be executed as a traitor to the Erie. And you decided to not deal with that story thread at all.
Wow. We just left him, didn't we?
But
That's what they were building the
Jean-Claude,
gallows.
you needed a place to stay, so Jean-Claude was going to take you to his soggy duplex.
I forgot about that.
So in order to wallow in your misery, you decided to go to the Foxhole Gentlemen's Club. And
Oh, baby.
there you found your dear old dad,
right.
Booker's dear old dad, Beauregard T. Raccoon. And you learned that he was doing very well. He's still living in that same apartment that Booker remembered, but he's deeply in debt to the Riverfolk Company due to his gambling debts. You decided to try to work with the Riverfolk Company and the goons that were there. Mr. Stachio and Mr. Piss were the goons.
Don't worry, Mr. Stachio and Mr. Piss.
What? Okay, thank you. What?
You managed to get, I believe, a loan from them in order to help him out. And then he gave it to Beauregard to pay it back, but instead he did what all degenerate gamblers do and he gambled it away.
Yeah.
And at the Hungry Catfish, a casino run by Louis Ledoux, you did a whole bit of.
Vinci tried to double the number of heists we had.
Yeah, you guys did a heist.
Yeah, we had a heist. I was so excited about the heist.
But if we go to a bank and we get them to give us the money, and then we pull off the heist, we'll replace it with the money that the bank gave us, and then we'll have the money. They won't know it's gone. It'll look the same.
Well, but then we would still have to do the heist anyway, right?
Well, yeah, but
All you've done is double the number of heists.
Jean-Claude
shit.
dressed up as his brother Jean-Luc.
Did he shit in a drawer or something?
Yeah,
Oh no!
In his
it was
desk.
there.
Oh,
Booker stumbled into the strange Italian restaurant inside the casino where the Don was sitting and eating, and realized that he was in the cult tonight here.
I was lured back there.
Yeah. Oh, by a strange, mysterious force.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was. You guys found the MacGuffin. You needed it in the office. You shit. You shit into his drawer, and then you went into the bowels of the casino. You got some fucked up deviled eggs. Elton John got sacrificed the night here.
That's right.
But then there was nothing there.
Oh, the bowling
Yeah, there was a
alley.
bowling alley.
Yeah.
I remember him screaming, "I'm being sacrificed this night here right now."
No, that's probably not.
And you had and then after that you had a nice dinner with the Don. All of you managed to meet up. He wanted to induct you, and then you all stumbled upon the odd Italian restaurant. And he said that Quasimodo had predicted your arrival.
I knew that this was going to happen. Quasimodo predicted this.
And he said that he would basically help you out and clear all your debts if all you would be were some grifters that would murder the magistrate Hootie to Blowfish or something. In this very wonderful plot that could have been very thrilling and political. And as you guys laughed, you said, absolutely we'll do that. And then you said, fuck that.
But we voted on it.
You voted on it. You voted on it. Action.
Oh,
We
the
voted on
voting scene.
So you voted to leave. You took Beauregard with you. You faked your own death to very dubious
Oh, it was
results.
immediately overturned.
I suggest to you that you saw all 5 of us pulled into the sky, dead, limp on bird talons.
Oh, thank God you guys are okay! Saw you guys die or something.
I thought you were dead. Thank goodness you're right here in front of me.
Oh, by the way, Dis and Dee's died in a horrible base jumping accident. she was off in a family reunion.
No, what? No.
Oh yeah, Grandma Nut's funeral.
Yeah, so Peanut came to Hazel and said that Grandma Nut was not dead. It was Dis and Dee's Nut who had died. And so
Was
they were in a
was it really a base jump?
It was a base jumping accident. Yeah, it's good. It's cute. They had base jumping in the demo. Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
they were just walking along and they got hit by 2 base jumpers. They didn't take on any risk. They didn't take on any risk. They never did anything exciting.
And you ran, you scattered, you lost track of Beauregard as he was off shooting himself in the woods. Because of Grumley's terrible decisions and roles, he tumbled into a ravine. And he crashed underground.
I did.
And so you all followed him, and you discovered this strange network of caverns where the campaign really just took a left turn.
It was never the same after that. Once Grumley took that spill,
As soon as the carriage rolled up, we were like, uh-oh.
And you continued on your way. You saw a coachman, coach driven, pulled by wolf spiders, driven by a wolf coachman. He passed you, and then he came on his way back, carrying the corpses of whom Bitsy murdered. He gave you a ride to a castle owned by Count Morlock. At the door, in a great stroke of genius and luck. Thank God. Very marketable luck. A hunched rat manservant named Wygor answers and welcomes you into to Morlock's castle, who had been expecting you. You were told not to enter the forbidden wing of the castle, so you entered the forbidden wing of the castle. You learned that there were some forbidden areas there, including Count Morlock's man cave with his big titty anime figures on his computer with the RGB keyboard. You also encountered the kitchen where Wygor was mixing up Necropolis Icor with the margarita machine.
He had like a minor deity Pokemon fight battle.
Oh, we're getting to that. Oh, we're getting to that. But you learn that Count Morlock's weakness is that he needs to be in the coffin and buried within the grave dirt he was first buried in before the cock crows. The players never picked up on this until I told them what to do.
I did. In my defense, I did. We hadn't seen the film.
No. In my defense, Richie said, do the end of Rockadoodle. And I was like, what the fuck is the end of Rockadoodle?
Go on, John. Why you like crow or something?
Along the way, there were some weird sex dreams.
It's unclogged.
Okay.
It's unclear if Jean-Luc is dead or not and a ghost.
But what was very clear was that
There was a skeleton, and that Count Morlock wanted Peggy for some reason, and you all played like the Laverne and Shirley board game. When it was time for the feast, Peggy cast grease on the stone steps, and Mr. Tuppence fell to his death.
he was overflowing. Yeah, it was given. He was fucked. Statistically, he was cooked. Man.
Peggy also ate some adult bell cheese wax, and
She just kept eating the wax.
and birthed a wax homunculus.
No.
Surely that won't come back. Oh my god.
He's the key to all this.
He's the key to all this. You have the great feast. All the skeletons are there. The corpses of Grand Dolphin, the
We lost
shrew.
Doug, though.
All of you. Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
It was a
There was a
great.
lot that happened in season 2. We haven't even gotten to the bears yet.
I know. We didn't get. We haven't. It was.
Oh my god. There's still so much left.
Yeah, we got more. We got more to go.
All of the food was just the same 5 ingredients, but made in different ways. And there were also Cynic Twisters.
Oh, yeah?
Wygor ate all the Cynic Twisters. His PTO was denied.
Yeah.
In the process, he not only was his PTO denied, but he had messed up his leg very badly, something that you had all done, and he called his insurance company. It didn't go well. It didn't go well with his insurance company. And then Count Morlock demanded that Jean-Claude would officiate a wedding with him and Peggy, who would be his bride. And then Jean-Claude recited the entire plot of the film Rockadoodle. And when the cock crowed at the end, Count Morlock died in a terrible fashion. Poor Doug, all the skeletons, all the undead also were completely annihilated.
Yeah, we lost Doug.
And Sir Cool arose from the depths, the horrible demon that was the power source of all of this, their master. That's right. Sir Cool rose from below. And you had to figure out how to do it. So how are you going? You already, the old cat was dead. So you did there's no library, or maybe there was a library, but you guys decided to use the internet. So Booker got on the computer and went to Quokka.com.
Quokka. We had an epic battle of fighting with Quokka.
Wow.
And needed to know that the only solution was to have a cool demon kaiju battle to summon Night here. They went and summoned Night here with
Out of
that
a bucket of water.
out of a bucket of water, and Night here devoured Sir Cool and returned to the depths. As he's been going on, still serving you, unsure of who owns the castle now. Grumley had strange dreams of hunting with the coachman.
That's right.
And you'd learned of the next true threat, the Schartenstein bears. Bears what love shooting. Then it was a great war of something. Derek made up a whole plot.
They were like,
like the prophecy of absorption.
For 15 minutes and came up with like different names for different tribes within
It was like the streak, the streak wars.
The Crimson
Streak.
Yeah,
Oh
really
god. The prophecy of the Crimson Streak.
That's
That's awful.
And you learned that his name was Godfrey Silverpine, and so you had to prepare to face the Schartenstein bears, or else the underground would be, I don't know, something bad would happen. And so you went on fetch quests, and we had a whole episode referencing World of Warcraft that people didn't really care for.
You had to be there. 2004 was awesome.
If we ever had like an episode rating chart, that one would be in the red.
Yeah.
People didn't like that one?
No, they didn't care for that.
No.
That's very funny.
After you then all suit up as Simon Belmont, Dracula from the movie, Boing Chan, Van Helsing, and Von Karstein as Bill von Karstein
Don't
from
drink
Warhammer
anymore,
Fantasy.
Mace.
And you go with Godfrey Silverpine, and you find a quaint little village. And it's charming and it's delightful. and you open the door and you find Beauregard T. Raccoon. He had been taken in by the Schartenstein Bears because he was shitting himself and they thought that was pretty cool. They liked that.
One of us.
And so you convinced him that you had to leave as suddenly the glamour dropped, this place became grotesque as the Schartenstein Bears returned. But they were all fused together into this horrible, perhaps by the magic of Wygor himself, as a minion of Pestilence, and you had a cool fucking boss fight, and we had to learn how to use character sheets again. You slayed the Schartenstein Bears. Finally, Lord Silverpine's family was avenged. He wandered off alone, perhaps never to be seen again, probably never to be seen again. And you had Beauregard. You were all back together. You knew that you needed to get to Pottsville. And you decided to get out of the underground. There was a different tunnel that you take that didn't go back to the castle, and it was where the moles had come from that you had accidentally murdered or actually deliberately murdered in cold blood when you were questing. And you found a whole group of moles, an army of moles, but they were strange, and then you realized they were covered in pestilent boils, and they all stared at you with open eyes as they all spoke with Wygor's voice in unison that plague reigns here, and that the next part of Wygor's quest would be to resurrect the Blazing Heart and bring about the Rider of War. Any questions?
Several.
Beautiful recap.
Well done, Mike.
Gotta give
Thank
it
you
up.
for the recap.
Gotta give it up. Man. We just do that every night.
I'm gonna be honest.
And that's it, everybody.